How's it going, everyone? I'm Daniel Rodriguez. It's time to review Supernatural Season 11, Episode 17, titled Red Meat. Spoiler review. Make sure you have seen the episode. It should take me about 2 minutes to recap and give you the pros, cons, and final score. Thanks again for joining me. And this episode, man, the opening of it was just intense. This is what Supernatural should do in the openings. It should open just right in the middle of the action, not show, walking off the woods, hey, maybe we should go have sex over there. Oh, look, a monster. Dead. You know what I mean? Like, they should open up with the action just like how they did with this episode. It was just a great opening. One of the best openings for Season 11, man. Really, really awesome how they did that. So, let's get started. Red Meat. So, Sam and Dean versus werewolves. Right in the opening, they're in a cabin and they're trying to save this couple. They save the couple, but Sam is shot in the process by a werewolf, and he's shot like in the stomach area, and he's falling emotionally, and Dean kills the werewolf and stuff like that. So Dean gets wood. Dean gets wood, and he's putting like stuff together outside, to do a fire, and they're in this other cabin and stuff, and this guy kills Sam, this guy that Dean and Sam saved. Well, the guy ends up like killing Sam because he's gonna put us behind. So Sam is like, hey man, and he's like choking him and stuff, and well, Sam's basically dead, at least what we know of at the time. So they're at the hospital, and Dean is going to kill himself to talk to this Reaper, and Sam's body's back at the cabin, So this is going on. Dean ends up, overdosing on a bunch of pills and drinking stuff, and Billy arrives, which is the Reaper, and we find out that Sam is not dead. So he ends up killing two werewolves. When Sam wakes up, he's all, bleeding and stuff, and the two werewolves arrive. He ends up taking them out, a guy and a girl, and he's super weak, man. So Dean returns back to his body. He's alive. Sam contacts him by phone. This guy is now a werewolf. The guy that murdered Sam, or at least we thought he choked out Sam and stuff. Sam went into shock, basically. That's why he's still alive. But the guy turns into a werewolf. He was bit by a werewolf and stuff, so now he's like, I have the power and stuff. And that goes on, and there's this big fight that goes on in the hospital, and Sam saves the day. He gets a few stitches. They drive off, and Dean lies to him. Dean lies to Sam, because he's like, so what did you do when you found out I was dead? I didn't, I knew you were alive. Sam, I knew you were alive. And just like that, like, okay, Dean, they just go on with their day, man. So, what did I think about this episode overall? First off, let me give you the pros. I cried like a little bitch in this episode. When I saw Sam die, I was like, ooh, I literally cried a lot, like, emotionally, just devastated. I was like, Sam was my favorite. Fuck me, why is Dean alive? This guy, come on, Jesus, Jared Padalecki's hair is not to be messed with. Anyway, so that was very emotional. I love the action, I love the opening, and I love the practical CGI effects in this episode as well. That was just exciting, the effects and the action and the big stuff going on versus the werewolves and the head coming off. This is, not the head coming off, or was it the, I don't remember, but the effects even of the guy's nails, like, growing and stuff. Dean's reaction to Sam dying, it's something that you're like, how would they end up doing that? How would it look if, Sam reacts to Dean dead? And they've done it before and stuff, but it's been a while since we've really seen it. And the way Dean, he was like, I'll come back for you, okay? Alright, Sam, I'll come back for you. And it just literally brought me to tears, so I love that so much for that. The cons about this episode, the stuff I didn't like. The guy was stupid. The guy who turned into a werewolf, because he was like, just the whole episode, like, it's predictable. He got bit early on, and it was predictable. Werewolves have been done so many times in the show, it's so boring. And that going on, and I was just kind of like, that's one thing I didn't like of the guy. That was the big bad of the week, that he's a werewolf. Oh, wow. So original. And then another thing is that why every single time in Supernatural, Sam and Dean went to a bar before they went to that cabin? Because it goes back and forth, from before they got shot and after. And the bartender is a werewolf. And when I saw him talking to her, and she was like, "Yeah, there's a cabin up there," I'm like, "She's a werewolf." It was so predictable, and I'm like, "Damn! Like, can they not make the please, Supernatural, make it not predictable anymore?" It's obvious that, and the guy was like looking the bodyguard. He was like, and I'm like, "Yeah, they're a pack or something. They're not human." And of course they were werewolves, and then they don't even show her death. Like, you just kind of hear the sound effect of her dying, and they don't even show that. So I was kind of disappointed with that, even though I'm like, that was so predictable. But Sam was a badass kind of doing that while he was still weak. But overall, guys, I'm going to end up giving this episode of Supernatural Red Meat a B+. And again, I thought it was a really good episode, very entertaining, just a few little flaws here and there, but overall, still a fun, exciting, emotional ride. And seeing Dean try to kill himself, and then he comes back, and then you think like the Reaper would take him. You think usually it's not up to the person. They're like, "Wait, give me another chance." But Dean just kind of went back to his body, so you would think she'd stop that. But still, really good time. Thanks again for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Make sure to comment down below to me what you guys thought. If you enjoyed the review, leave a like, and you could share with your friends. I'll be seeing you for more Supernatural reviews, and I'll see you this fall for Season 12. Until next time, bye-bye.